Welcome to Awakening 101. I'm Jeremiah, and
I'm a Chaz.
This is Chaz. Today, we're talking all about breathing and meditation, something that has been on everyone's mind and questioning, what is meditation? Chaz, what do you know about meditation?
Not much, actually. I feel like I haven't known much, and I just knew it was important as I've grown through life, and I feel like at this point I'm starting to understand the science behind it, which has helped me understand why it's important.
This is Awakening 101. This episode today has been something I've wanted to talk about for a really long time. I have a channel on TikTok that talks about the spiritual side of everything, basically, and I get all the time in the comments, in the DMs, what is meditation and how do I start? It's a huge question that I think everyone needs to understand how to begin. If you've been interested, this is definitely the episode for you. If not, I still highly recommend listening to this episode. All right, Chaz, you said you don't know a whole lot about meditation, but you do understand why it's important. Can you explain why you think it has become an important part of life?
Yeah. It went from not making any fucking sense at all. You know, it's like, hey, just breathe.
Breathe, man.
Just breathe, dude. Just
like
sit there, shut your fucking mouth, turn your brain off, and breathe.
I breathe every day, all day.
Yeah.
So what do you mean?
That doesn't really make sense to my brain. Right. So like now that I understand it the way I'm starting to understand it, it's like we have a certain vibration to us, and that vibration allows us to have, I don't know, different things. That's another story for another day. And if you want to achieve different states of consciousness, different states of alignment, then you want to vibrate at different frequencies. And the way that you would change your own vibration is breathing. Breathing is our way of changing the oscillatory vibrational frequency of our heart and our system. And so like it's our way of being able to control the vibration.
I mean, you hear it a lot when someone's having a panic attack or asthma attack or anything. They say breathe, deep breath in, deep breath out. You know, you hear it everywhere all the time. So why? Why is it so important? That's crazy. Yeah. Exactly what you just said.
That seems to be why it's like you get to tune your body.
Yeah.
You're tuning it. So when people meditate properly, that's another problem. Is like you can meditate wrong then.
Absolutely.
Theoretically, you can do that. So then at that point, when you do it right, you're aligning properly. You're tuning your body properly. So that way you'll feel better. You'll have better emotional, it's like depends on how you do it and what you get out of it.
Even if you're meditating, quote unquote, wrong, I still think it's better than not doing it in a way because you're still,
for sure.
The idea of breathing and meditation takes so much time to actually have the discipline to do it on a daily basis. You know, it's not something you just jump into and are automatically really good at. This takes time to understand how to do it. Therefore, if you're just jumping in and you don't feel like you're doing it right, don't be discouraged. Continue doing it. Continue learning on how to do it. This is more along the lines of the science behind what happens when you breathe certain ways and what happens when you do certain kinds of meditations and why they say meditating is bad. Because we hear that all the time. Like religions all over the place say, do not meditate. That is of the devil. It's not good for you, blah, blah, blah. And it's actually the best thing for you.
Yes,
so why are religions saying don't meditate or they think it's witchcraft if you do meditate? I mean, technically it is witchcraft in a way because of the things that you're doing. Like you're healing your body just by meditating. So like,
or astral projecting.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
why would you want people
terrified of astral projecting. They hear that word. They're like, oh my God.
Yeah. You don't want people to know the truth about what you can do and what humans can do and what life is really about, what is possible. Yeah. So therefore, why would you want people to meditate when they can then start to figure out things that, wait, hold on. Nope. Wait, and so they're like, just don't do it.
You demonize that as soon as you can, as fast as you can.
Yeah.
And all religions look at it as a bad thing.
Yeah.
I know there's Buddhism will meditate or Buddhists meditate. What other religions meditate?
Vedic, like the Indian, the old India. Their cultures, they'll do it. Some Chinese cultures I've known that will do it. It's like if you're in the ancient cultures, you inherently run into the resonance language, and then you inherently run into the kind of chanting mantras and breathing techniques behind
also it. Very demonized. If you're chanting while doing these things, people will look at you and be like, he is possessed.
They have made chanting
and it's like
super demonized.
That's bizarre.
Yeah.
You're literally chanting the sacred language.
In fact, it's important too, because like when you do a breathing technique during your meditation, and this is all still kind of theory for me.
Sure.
As I go down this road, I want to make that clear.
It's also still a new thing to you,
it's
right?
It's super new, and I'm just trying to understand the science behind it. And these are the things I'm starting to understand. But I just want to make it clear that like I don't do this yet, so I don't know. It's like something I plan to start doing, and I'm like getting more interested in doing it. But long story short, I would say that like when you are humming like a that famous OM sound, that vibration while you're doing the breathing, that actually can activate different systems, different chakras, it can create a vortex of energy better. It sustains different things. So what you chant or hum can now matter in how you're doing your meditation. And that's kind of what the ancients were trying to also tell us with a lot of this. This is what the resonance language is trying to tell us, is like, it all matters.
Absolutely.
The sound, the breathing, even what kind of light environment you're in.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
That matters. Like you want to be more sunlight, less sunlight, darkness, not darkness, sit up, lay down. These all matter in what you're going to achieve out of it.
The mudras even matter, where your hands are, what you're doing, all these things.
Which is crazy to me, because now I understand that like our nodal points connect.
And it makes a lot more sense, right? When
people would do these little mudras, I was like, why?
Yeah, right.
Why do they sit
no point
like
to
this?
that.
Yeah,
it's like actually
you're connecting circuitry, which then will allow your energy to flow in those certain areas in certain ways, which then will achieve certain kind of, outcomes at that point. So that matters.
Yeah.
It all matters at that point. Like that is, and like you want to keep yourself upright so that your spine's upright and everything's aligned properly and it's not bent over and you have your circuits kind of.
Right. The posture is everything as well. Some people will lay down while they're meditating, and some people will cross their legs and have a straight spine and meditate for an hour or 2 hours. Or that's a long time to meditate with crossed legs.
Yeah.
Just because your entire body goes numb at that point. Your legs definitely go numb. You can't feel them, which is fine. Like, you're allowed to go numb. It just feels weird that you're acknowledging your legs going numb. I've had it happen. Even today, my legs went numb.
Do you get to a point though that you stop thinking about it and they go numb while you're in this state that you don't?
Yeah.
Feel it.
That's what happened today. I when I moved my legs after meditating, I realized I didn't have feeling in them. Like you sleep on your arm for too long, and it's just a spaghetti noodle, and you have to move it. You can't feel it. That's what happened today.
You've lost feeling of your body.
At a certain point, you end up astral projecting or having an out of body experience after your entire body goes numb, or after you're still for a certain amount of time. You will just eventually just like. Bloop.
If you astral project sitting up, do you stay sitting up, or does your turn around, your body like falls over and you're like, that's going to hurt later?
I've wondered that. I would assume you stay sitting up, but I don't know. In Avatar Last Airbender, Aang is sitting up when he astral projects and goes into the spirit realm.
Maybe that's when you're like really good.
I mean, right.
You got some like real fucking talent at it.
Yeah.
You can do that shit.
Yep. You can actually watch Avatar The Last Airbender and look at the different mudras and things that he does while meditating to go into different modes.
I didn't realize how like accurate a lot of that fucking story is.
Avatar: The Last Airbender is very accurate.
It's wild.
Yes.
Even the symbols they're using, the movements they use, the way that energy flows and works, they like express that same idea, and it's just weird.
Yeah, I'm under the impression that we are actually earth, air, fire, and water benders. Like, we could all actually achieve these abilities. It's 100% possible in my head because of what we've discovered. Yes, actually.
If I'm right about resonance language, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, you can be.
You are a god. But that's not how I see it, but that's what we call it.
Yeah.
Like a Greek god.
No, you're just inhabiting your full potential.
You're just coming to realize what fucking humans can do.
We've always had this ability. Yeah. It's just been locked and suppressed.
Yeah.
But breathing, meditating, and unlocking your chakras will allow you to do things you never thought were physically possible.
True.
Or mentally possible, or just possible in general. I'm telling you, if you go down this road, you will not be the same person you were a year ago.
Tell me about, what was your first jump in? How did you jump into meditating? What was your start like? It's like everybody has to have a start.
Yeah. I actually remember what my start was. It wasn't technically meditating, but I needed the discipline of doing something multiple times throughout the week. So there was something called rewiring your brain. And it is sounds, theta or binaural beat sounds with like ocean waves. There were 3 different stages. You had to do each stage for a month, every single day.
Oh.
You did it for a month. I think they're 15 minutes long. So every time I would wake up or about to be asleep or go to sleep, it would usually be when I wake up, because that's really when like the discipline kicks in of like, you're already awake, you got to get your day started, right? Mm-hmm. No, I would sit there in bed and do these 15 minutes without passing out again. And I did that for an entire 3 months of each stage. And I came out of it a completely different person with a different wired brain. Like, I thought differently about everything.
Yeah.
Everything. And then on top of that, I started going into meditating here and there. It wasn't as much as I do now. It was just kind of a here and there thing. It wasn't every day. It was a couple times a month. It was not as much as I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But then I started going to a gym that had a steam room. And in this steam room, I would listen to music, for a couple of months. And then out of nowhere, something in my head was like, we're wasting time in here. We could be meditating. And at this point, I had already learned and started learning more about meditating and unlocking chakras and things like that. So I literally had the idea. I don't think it was an idea. I think it was like, hey, you need to do this.
Yeah, it was a push.
More so, right.
Divine push.
At this point, ideas aren't ideas to me anymore.
Yeah.
So I had a divine push to start meditating in the steam room, which gets really freaking hot, mind you.
Whoa.
Like really hot. So I had to teach myself. I could only be in there for like 5-10 minutes maybe at first. And now I'm at 30 minutes where I can meditate in the steam room.
Oh, shit. It's
you go. Absurd. It is the best meditation I think I've ever had.
Further proof that if you just stick to something, you'll get better at it.
Discipline. You really got to put in discipline. It's the same as going to the gym. You go to the gym for a week and you give up. Like, no, you're not going to see any results whatsoever. You go to the gym for a week, you're in pain. You continue to go, you're still in pain. But a month later, 2 months later, you're done with the pain and now you see results happening. And now you're like, this is why I started doing this. Same with meditation, same with anything. You have to have that discipline behind it or it's not going to work.
This is why, to relate to this, I read The Talent Code in 2014.
Yeah.
And that book taught me so much about this exact idea of forming that habit every single day, making sure you're doing it and being disciplined enough to accomplish it. And then there's other aspects to it, like actually deep practice and how you would practice. But we'll get over that for right now. The idea is like, you got to just do it every day. And I remember I was like, all right, I'll commit to this. I'm going to do programming every day. I'm just going to do this every day and let's see what happens. Yep. I did not miss a single day for 8 years. 8 years.
8 years?
8 years, not a single day.
That's talent code to the T almost.
Almost. I remember there were days that I only read an article at night on programming, but I made sure before I went to bed, I was like, dude, I'm not missing a fucking day.
Right.
It's not about how much you got in that day. It's about that you just kept the train rolling.
Yes, momentum.
Momentum. The discipline of momentum and the momentum of discipline. It's like they kind of fuel each other at some point if you get there.
That's the same thing with meditation too. If you put in that practice, even if it's 5 minutes of just being still or breathing or something, that 5 minutes goes a long way instead of just not doing it because I don't have time. Everyone has 5 minutes somewhere.
You can fit it. We can.
You can fit it. You just don't want to or don't have the discipline to do so because you don't see results yet or don't think it's important. Trust me, this is one thing that is very important.
This is what I plan to do. Is like I've done this now, and now I know it works, and I know how to do it, and it really worked. Like it really worked. I learned programming extremely well.
I'm sure, and you're a great programmer now.
Dude, it was weird. Like I taught myself, and after enough years, I realized like, holy shit, I can just do this now. Like it's just natural now. Yeah. And I've started to skip days only because I do it professionally. But like I stayed in the habit. Even after 8 years, I remember when I got the 10-year mark, I was like, man, I've only missed like maybe a combined week at this point. Maybe 7 total days have I actually not programmed at this point in the last 10, 11 years.
With you doing this 8-10 years, how often were you really putting in time and how often were you only doing 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day?
And this is all so related to what I want to do with meditation next.
Absolutely.
And so like it is related to me in the sense that like some days I was getting in 8 to 16 fucking hours. Like I would binge.
Right. Like you were putting the time in on some days.
And then some days I'm only getting like 10 to 30 minutes in.
Right. But you still do it.
But it was every fucking day. Doesn't matter. Every day I'm getting in there. I'm doing something. I remember there was a whole month where I couldn't figure out one thing. And I remember I wanted to quit. And I contemplated like, this is the end. I'm not doing this anymore. And now I look back, it's like the easiest, dumbest shit I've ever done. But
that's what happens when you get over that hump. The roadblocks are there for a reason. They push you so hard and you come out on the other side so much better.
You want to fail.
You want to fail.
You do.
If you're failing, you're learning. If you don't fail, I highly doubt you're learning as much.
Yeah.
It's not like...
Yeah. And so that's why I want to attack that in the idea of like when I start to do the meditation routine in my head, I'm like, I'm committing now. And I really want to commit to it. So it means every fucking day. I have to do this every day. And if I don't meditate that day, I have to go look up and research and I have to go understand more about it.
Right.
I have to keep my mind on it every day. I got to just keep rolling towards it. And in 10 years, you will, and I never think about next year, next week, next 10 years. I literally think to myself, one day, this will all just happen.
Yep.
I don't need to worry about the day-to-day. I don't need to worry about the year over year. Just do the job. If you just do it and you know you're doing it.
Yes.
It will come out itself. It will take care of itself.
Having discipline, man, it catapults you in places that you never could have imagined.
It does. And I'm kind of a hypocrite. There's so many other things in my life I should be better about. That's one that like I became so disciplined at. But I was kind of like a soccer player. When I was playing soccer, it was 6 to 7 days out of the week I'm training.
Oh,
like maybe Friday I would be a travel day where we would drive to a tournament.
Right.
I'd play Saturday, Sunday, drive home, train Monday through Thursday. And like I got in that habit and I did that for so fucking long that like I know what it takes. I know what it means. Not only that, but after I did all that for so long, I never got to the top.
What do you mean? Like you never made it to
as
the
I
top?
got to that national level program and training.
Yeah.
All I saw was kids around me putting in more, working harder, being better than me. And I thought, dude, now I see it. I thought what I was doing was really hard and disciplined, but now I see what it fucking really means to put the fucking work in.
Yeah.
And that taught me a lot about when I did the talent code with then programming is like, no, dude, you got to fucking go all in. This is why Arnold Schwarzenegger and his whole like motivational speech of like, you got to sleep faster, you know, like everybody else is out there partying, or like if you're out there partying, someone's out there getting better.
Yes. 100%.
And they're outdoing you.
Yep.
And so like, I want to take that to meditation where every day I start to meditate, even if it's only 1 minute.
Yep.
And I just start getting in the routines and I start trying new things and I find what I like and I find what I do. And that's what people have to get more to mindset of.
I think so too. And I think that's a brilliant way of going about it. It is also an intense way, and it is not.
Yeah, it's super intense.
You don't have to do it this way. But if you want to get into it and you really do want to go the talent code way and just do it every single day, no matter if it's a minute, 5 minutes, or an hour, putting in some kind of work, whether it's studying different mudras, different things about your chakras, or just any of it, putting in time every day will catapult you so much faster than just kind of measly going about it day after day. Like, I guess I could meditate today. Instead, put that discipline in and go at it. There's so much to it. There's so much to learn that even 5 years later, I'm still learning so much about this realm of breathing and meditation.
It's going to take you so long to understand all of what meditation can teach you, I think.
Yeah. I mean, and it does, especially if you're not putting in the time and effort. If you're not disciplined and going into it, then it'll definitely take time. But again, it's okay. It's okay for it to take time.
It is. The one thing I will say is like, I'm a competitive athlete. I have that nature of like, dude, you got to be better and more efficient. So there will be this idea in my head where it's like, you do have to realize that eventually 5 minutes a day isn't going to work.
Right.
That's not going to cut it. Those are, I call those off days.
You actually, with meditation, you start wanting longer meditations because you see what it's doing on the inside. Yeah. You see the voices in your head are disappearing. You see your life's changing. You're eating better, all because you're sitting still, breathing, and meditating. You're like, wait a second, this shit works?
Yes. Yes. And that's another part of this is like, I hope that we can get to a point with this platform where we don't just have this blanketed statement of go meditate. Yeah. There's nothing behind it. It doesn't really mean anything. It's just like go sit and go be quiet and breathe.
We need some kind of learning, teaching structure of
platform.
Sorts. Yeah, something
standardized of like, hey, here are some different routines you can test out. Here's what they'll do. Here's why you should try them.
Exactly. I think that would be brilliant because we don't really have that, especially not something that you could use for free. Correct. Like, something you'd have to pay for. I guess maybe that exists. I haven't looked into it.
Well, we can eventually, I'd love to have in the app. I just dropped it. Mm-hmm. I'd love to have in the app the ability to have guided meditations based on how we would, hey, we're going to take you through this routine. Let's guide you through it. Breathe in for this long. Go ahead and breathe out now. You know what I'm saying? Like it would guide you through the process if you wanted it. And we would just give this free resource of learning and understanding meditation. Like for beginners, just come in, learn, start playing with it, and then you can run off with it yourself and we'll give resources for the next levels, But
I think that would be brilliant.
That's for y'all to figure out on your own at that point, I
mean, we would be able to help so many people by doing that, just by having that option available. I mean, they could even search in meditating for anxiety, meditating for stress, meditating for whatever the case may be, and then it pulls up the options in which you have to choose from. And then there's so much that could go into that.
Like even right here, it's a 6-minute reset, calm plus focus. And it tells you want 4 in, 4, seconds in,
breaths,
4 seconds out, 6 second, 10-second cycles for 6 minutes. 36 cycles. And that's another thing is 3-6-9 is important. So doing things in cycles of 60 seconds. So 6 breaths in the 60 seconds is actually really harmonic.
Oh, okay.
So a 6 in, 6 out, which is 12. And so now you have that in the base 60 math. It goes along with the cycle and alignment. That's probably, if I had to say, as of right now, that's just where someone should start. 6 in, 6 out per minute. Just focus on that.
And that's seconds?
6 seconds in, 6 out, and you want to do it 6 times a minute. Now, I gotta there's some math and some workout to this that has to be done. But that's generally what I'm starting to see as a base, just, hey, intro, this helps you align, you'll feel better.
And it's very doable too. It also helps you start being able to hold your breath a little bit longer. It starts training you into being able to do the deep breath in, hold it. Some people hold it for a minute or two and then they release. Some people go very long with these breathing meditations.
Causes different effect.
It does.
1 second in, a whole minute hold and then like 1 second out, that's like a specific way of tuning.
What are those called? What do you call each of these different things that each of them do? Because they're different, not algorithms, they're different
breathing cycles.
Different breathing cycles?
Yeah. So like the way that I would see this, I knew the word was right there. It's, you know, in the sense that like everything in alignment and everything the way that I'm seeing how physics works. And in the paper, if you read the physics part of the paper, it literally says at the top in the title, thinking in cycles. Because everything is based on cycles.
Yeah.
A start and an end in like a spiral. We're going to circle around and we're going to complete the circle. We're done, but we're progressed forward so we can keep going.
Yeah.
You don't run into yourself. And so like you're cycling. How many times have you cycled? And then where are you in the cycle?
Yep.
You know, so like 13 is really 1 cycle 1. And then so like 12 would be 0 kind of a thing, or like 9 would be 0 depending on how you want to look at it. But let's just pretend 12 is 0 for right now. Or 12 is the end, which means that's like 1 again, and then 13 would be the next cycle's 1. It's another higher octave of music. It's like higher harmony or
okay. I was about to say I don't know if I'm following the 13.
So like if I were to, and this is how cycles work. So like it's kind of important in some sense of like if you have a frequency of 4, let's say, the next harmonic frequency is always double, so it'd be 8. Well, that would be the next jump cycle. You're kind of going, so like 4 would be like 1, 8 would be like 2. You've gone 2 cycles. You've rotated all the way around the circle. Because like think about it, like you start here at like the top of the clock.
Yeah.
The clock goes all the way around. You've gone 1 whole day. That's 1 cycle. So now you come back to 1 again, which technically should be 13 because it's 12, 1. Not 12, 13.
Yeah.
They're showing it to you. Hey, we're going to go 1 to 12, and then we're just going to start over again, and you have a new day. So you've got a whole cycle, but we're going right back to 1. And that's what 13 is. 12 goes to 13. 13's 1 of the higher cycle. You've completed a cycle if you've gone to 13. You've completed a whole cycle, and you're now going to another cycle and starting over again.
Yeah.
And so 13 really is not a number. You go to 12, you would go back to 1. And, you know, that would be how it would work.
Right.
And so, like, we're doing breathing cycles at that point. So we're saying, hey, I want to cycle through a minute of 6 breaths in, 6 out. 6 inhale, 6 exhale. And we're going to do that for 60 seconds. And that would be a cycle. And so like we're cycling through. And so like this would be like 1 in, 1 out for a minute, 2 in, 2 in out for a minute. And you go all the way to 360 in, 360 out.
Which is like really fast breathing, right? That's a
dude. Sure, I believe it's possible, but like that's gotta be intense as shit. It even sounds like full universal meditation, cosmic resonance, and transcendence. Total alignment with the universal harmonic field.
Breathing that fast sounds intense.
I feel like you pass the fuck out before you ever aligned with shit. You know, like
I mean, yeah, literally.
You just fucking fall the fuck out. Like,
I mean, at that point, you probably will just like.
This is why, like, a lot of what I've been putting together, I have to like go refine out. I want to have people test a lot of this stuff out, asking you about your cycling of breaths and stuff like that, and trying to figure out how much of this is like really kind of like what correlates, what doesn't, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But that's really what cycles and breathing cycles are. Is like, hey, what's the breathing cycle I should be doing for this meditation? You want to do 6 in, 6 out per minute for 5 minutes.
Can we talk about some of the breathing exercises that I do and see if they're on the list?
That's where I was going next. Is like, I'm curious to know what your breathing cycles are.
Yeah.
What have you fallen into?
I have a couple different things that I do usually. I'll start out usually like a 6 in, 6 out type of breathing. But a lot of times it ends up going to the... So what was that, like 3 in? And then I hold it for as long as I can, which is usually about a minute.
Okay.
And then I release. And then as all of the air exhales, I hold that for as long as I can. And that usually only ends up being for about 15 seconds. Usually whenever my body is depleted of the air, I try to hold it. And it's almost like being underwater, not having air to breathe. You feel that need to just like, like come up for air. But I try to contain it and breathe in naturally where it's not a, it's more of a, and then I'll do the cycle again. I'll breathe in and then hold it for as long as I can, and then I release, which, again, they usually never line up for the full minute or the same amount of time. I'm usually running out of air at that point where I need to regulate my breathing again. And I don't know how to navigate that to make it, I don't know, work properly.
So the best I've come to the conclusion of is that you want to pick a cycle and you want to sustain it as best as you can for up to 10 minutes. And it's like only after 5 will you actually start to feel the tuning actually take place.
Okay. So there is a time base within that.
You don't get to just tune.
Right.
You got to do this for a little bit, 5 to 10 minutes minimum, and then you will have achieved. They say 7's optimal.
See, I do it, but it's never actually, I'm never doing the breathing method
the
proper
cycle
way every
disciplined
single
all the way
time,
through.
Right? I am doing it for 5 to 10 minutes, if not longer, but it's never the...
You're getting like a mixed bag almost.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like whatever kind of flows with your breathing, you'll then get.
Right. So I suppose I need to tone it back and work up to that point. Because the releasing of the breath and then running out of air within the 10 to 15 seconds after holding it for a minute, I want to figure that out so I can balance it to where I hold for a minute and then release and then hold that for a minute and then, go back and forth with that. That's intense. That's some pretty crazy breathing exercise.
I'm very curious. I haven't looked enough into the holding.
Okay.
And what holding really does. I already wrote a note on it because I want to go back and look at this.
I know my meditations are wild whenever I get to that point. I see all sorts of things going off in my...
See, and that's another thing is like, if you try another cycle or whatever and it doesn't seem to fit you as well, go back.
Yeah.
And try to tune, figure out what... I almost wish that way I could like monitor you and like keep track of your breathing and see what you're averaging.
Yeah.
And see where, because I don't want you to think about it. I just want you to do it.
And
then I want to see where you're falling.
I would be down for this. I can meditate. I meditate in the steam room with other people around. They come in and have to experience me meditating, which has to be weird for them because, again, meditation is not normal. So these people in the gym coming in and this motherfucker is cross-legged in the steam room sitting here with his hands holding like this or like this and breathing heavily. Like, I can only imagine what they're thinking, but I stopped thinking about it. I finally got over the fear.
They're like, this Avatar son of a bitch.
Basically, like I'm assuming they have something along the lines of demonic possession or like some kind. I don't know.
He's a Buddhist,
and I don't care what they think at this point
matter.
because I get such good results out of this experience.
Yeah. And see, you're just becoming like that next level in my head of like now you're starting to gain control and understanding, and so now you're able to then go into what Talent Code would call as deep practice, where while you're in it, you're fine tuning in real time. It's like being your own coach.
Right.
And you're so in tune that you know when you're not doing it right. And you fix it in the moment, in real time. And you can just feel that's not right. That doesn't feel right. That's not right. Let me adjust. Got it. Let me keep going. And that feedback training, that's deep practice. And that's powerful.
Yeah. Dude, in the alignment center that we're in the process of building and things, the alignment center will have a steam room meditation part to it. Right now, the steam room I use is way too hot, and I am not able to stay in there as long as I want. I'm going to get the temperature not perfect, but just a little hotter than you might want it. And oh my God, the things it'll do to you.
We'll have multiple rooms with different temperatures. For different setups.
I've already seen this.
And then 100%. The rooms will not be traditional. They'll be set up for you to have spots to sit or do your meditations. So, comfy-ish areas are not just wood.
I'm seeing headphones. I'm seeing earbuds almost to where you have your own or speakers in the room where everyone's coherently meditating together. It could be just when you go in the room, you are now entering in the meditation with someone.
Damn, if we play music, it will affect the vibrational room. And now that affects what people are, it'll affect you.
Well, and
now it has to be either specific towards the goal of the room.
The room would be very specific, or you have certain times during the day where it does certain things. And when I say music, it isn't jamming out rock music. It's
Katy Perry.
Yeah, right. It's specific tones and tunes that's going to be playing in your ear that do things and help you meditate and help you get to the state of being that.
See, I want to make sure we provide because like you can induce a lot of this.
Right.
I know how we can induce it, but that takes sound and frequency. And I want to have ability for people to have the option to be induced and get that ability because you can like meditate in it, or you can just have your own space.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think the idea of having the silent meditation spaces as well will absolutely be
super important.
There's so many different aspects of this. We will have to have so many different customizable rooms or just rooms that are
schedules
tuned
at
for
first.
Something.
Then we start building out rooms that we can accommodate more. Like we know people want this.
Yeah.
And we know this is actually that people are loving this. We're loving it.
At 9 o'clock today, you go in and do a breathing exercise for anxiety or whatever. Whatever the idea behind
our octagon
that time during the day is, you go in that room with a group of people and you meditate together. I think group meditation is the most beautiful thing to think about. I've never done it.
We're going to have
I think it would be awesome.
Speaking of that, we're going to have to do a Gothic church cathedral based setup so that we can chant and meditate in there together, and that will do a lot. That'll do a lot of cool
Have you
stuff.
ever seen Venom?
Yes.
That's what I imagine happens to our body and our spirit. We just like start like that in a cathedral. That's kind of what I imagine.
Kind of, yeah. I kind of see that. Yeah.
Your soul's just like coming outside of your body. It's like, whoa.
You're like, oh shit,
like
people.
That's literally what came to mind when you said that. I was like, that would be so cool.
To some degree, you're right. I think that is kind of what it would be like.
I think, right?
In some weird way, maybe, you know? But
it won't look like Venom, but like that's how it's going to feel.
We definitely need that environment so that people can do it alone, people can do it together.
Right.
And have different, because like when you do meditation together, it is different than when or if you're doing like, I don't want to say prayer together, but and it's not meditation. If we all come together in like a church and we all coherently are not praying, but praying.
Right.
You know, like that's powerful in itself.
I think so.
And so like anything that can help with that. Now I'm going to get down to the level of like, we need to make sure we're understanding cosmologically how we're aligned, what energy is flowing in.
Right.
And how we need to tune everything every single day to make sure it's aligned properly. So when you enter into the chambers, everything's been properly put together and you're not actually coming in and fucking up shit.
The pyramid will just be hovering and the stars will tune it for it. That's really what it's going to be. It's just like it's tidal locked to the stars.
Well, in some weird way, if you were to sit somewhere for like, let's just pretend you did an 8-hour meditation session.
Okay, yeah.
Let's just pretend, all right?
It's not that bad.
You would want to stay aligned. So we would need to design a spot that would rotate with alignment as you're meditating so you don't have to worry about it. You just stay in alignment all the time as you do your thing.
I mean, we would have to adjust multiple times throughout the day. So I do think we would have to find a way to just have it align itself.
I'm pretty sure you need to face north.
Yeah.
You know, like in our beds, we should be facing north in our bed at night.
Well, do you know why? Do you know what that's about? I guess aligning with...
Yeah, the flow in the magnetic field and how we're a magnet in the magnetic field and how it kind of just... There's weirdness to this one. I don't remember exactly. I don't want to speak off of it, but there are science to this one.
We'll talk more about that in the Alignment Center episode, which is also going to come out in a couple of weeks to a couple of months.
That's on the horizon.
Haven't recorded it yet, but it is on the horizon very much so. This episode is going to be all about us talking about this meditation center that we're building. It's so much more than just a meditation center, but imagine that. It's a Jedi temple, basically. We're going to start training and teaching people the ways of the Force.
The ways of coherency.
The ways of coherency.
No, and that's why we call it the Alignment Center, because you're aligning back with the universe. You're realigning back with who we are and what we are.
Yes. And that is one of the biggest, not goals, but one of the biggest things about this life experience on its own. It's about realigning and remembering. That is why we're here, you know?
Yes, that is exactly why we're here.
We've been trapped and suppressed so long and so heavily that we don't even know what aligning is. You know, we think it's closing our hands and praying to an entity. It's not what that is. Aligning, and the reality of it all is aligning with the universe, aligning with yourself, going within and experiencing who you truly are.
Amen to this.
Right?
If we can understand our human capabilities, then we can start expanding out on what we can do and what we can achieve and how we can start doing things. I think people will open up to this. I think, and I want to make sure that when we open this type of place, we open it in a way that's like, hey, we're not here to judge people on your life and how you did shit or you thought this was all gay. I don't care, dude. Right. It doesn't mean anything to me. You're welcome here. We'll show you around. We'll do what we, you know, like if you don't like it, get the fuck out. Right. I don't care.
Yeah,
you know,
we're not
if
forcing you to be here.
If you want to stay, hey, you're our best friend, you know? And if you want to come back later, you're welcome back. You know, like we want to have a place that is a intro, but still can evolve there, you know, like,
absolutely.
But it's safe to just feel like, hey, you can come here, you can understand, and we can help not just say, hey, it's spiritual, have faith. We can say, here's why the science says you should do this.
Precisely. And not only is meditation and breathing just good for you, it actually heals the cells within your body, and it starts getting rid of these issues that people have. Mm-hmm. It's releasing the traumas, the stress, the anxiety, which is things that build up and cause things like cancer, issues, sicknesses. Like they really do manifest in your physical because you're over there thinking about it all the time, just stressed, and it builds up and it actually manifests into a sickness. And this will help alleviate that so much. Just breathing and meditation alone does that, but this alignment center will be, whoa.
just to go over the breathing cycles.
Yeah,
if I just went through them really quickly in a fast pace, because there is a bunch of them, but I'm just going to, like, if from top to bottom, if we just go to one inhale, one exhale, and then 360, you would have centers mind into unity and silence, clarifies binary decisions, logic, dual thought. It activates creativity, myth, storytelling, grounds energy, stabilizes the nervous system, energizes vitality, connects to body and sacred geometry, balances emotions, synchronizes heart, brain, and rhythms, expands resonance perception, and like just to kind of give some further ones, unlocks divine order and systemic clarity. I wonder what that means exactly. Clarifies limits, teaches patience, tests your endurance, deepens the intuition, unlocks hidden symbolic patterns. And there's all kinds of just random things that we can get out of this. And it's funny because like when I read some of this stuff, it says like cosmic awareness or long-term vision, deepens intuition. That may sound very spiritual to most people. Yeah. And a year ago, it probably would have to me as well. But like now I'm starting to understand what like cosmic awareness might mean. And when you align with the cosmic flow of energy, you can become attuned to that flow and you can start becoming attuned to things happening in the flow. Yep. Deepens your intuition and things like that. So like aligning your body, your cells, your water with the energy flowing around us. Because if we're in water, water has a current. Which way is the current moving? You need to be aligned with that current or else you're battling the current.
Right.
Don't battle the current. Align with it.
Which is, like going with the flow of the universe almost. And we all see it when you're not going with the flow of the universe. Your life is in disarray and you're confused and it's just a really hard life. Yes. That's you not going with the flow of the universe. Yes. So what you were doing there when you were reading all of that out, you were going into the different breathing cycles and some of the things that they do.
Correct.
Okay, so you just went down the list.
I just went down the list of like, if you were to breathe this cycle count, this is what it would achieve. This cycle count, this would achieve. And I just kind of listed off some different, key terms on what it would do.
That was just a couple of them. It looks like
there's a shit ton of them.
33 of them?
It's something like that.
33
a bunch of other skips.
Number,
yeah, but like
which is also the amount of vertebrae we have too, which is also the ladder in which you climb during chakra openings and meditations. It's actually once you reach 33, you're now ascending.
Now I have to know.
Climbing the vertebrae of the spine. The spine is everything. It's important. So your chakra nodes, they're very important to unlock and cleanse and do these things too. There's almost infinite amount of chakra work that you can do. But starting out, if you're interested in cleansing your chakras, I highly recommend doing a cleanse first. So where you now are naturally flowing. I guess you call them vortexes. I feel like it's magnetic. The energy is flowing through your nodes of chakras, which once you cleanse that, you're now flowing all the way, from top to bottom, from your root to your crown. And then once you have that, you're now cleansed. But that doesn't mean you stop there. That just means you're now able to go even deeper in your chakras to where you can unlock their full potential. I'm still not finished. I cleansed mine, and then I was told by my spirit team to continue pushing on the chakra nodes because there's so much more there that you can unlock and achieve.
So let's add some science into the cleansing part of this.
Yes,
because as I've gone into vortexes and spirals and understanding them, I was decoding through the resonance code crop circles and one of the spirals or whatever, and it's actually it's not a harmonic spiral. It's not of a harmonic number, and it's by design that way. Okay. Because what a spiral and the way they design the spiral inward is actually the algorithm actually says you can take in our harmonic things, pass it through a funnel, a vortex, and it will cleanse it and make it pure energy for you. So in that sense, to relate it back, and this is a lot of the reasons why like the thunderstorm generator or a water engine or whatever, they all were vortex based. But we'll get into that later. Okay. When you're talking about you're cleansing your chakras and having a vortex energy passing through them, that's what it's doing. It's cleansing the energy. It's taking bad energy frequencies and then harmonizing them, circulating them, harmonizing them, working them out, and then we just keep flowing them up. And so like the science says that that's how it works. And then when I look at how our chakras are really just magnetic nodal points, and then that magnet needs to be cleansed properly and cleared out and aligned properly. And so like it does seem like having that vortex pass through and cleaning them, you can cleanse out bad energy and you can align it properly and kind of smooth it out, just rub it out a little bit.
When I started doing my chakra cleanse, I started noticing things around me changing, the people around me changing. Then I was like, it's not them changing.
No, it's you.
It's me changing. I started acting different. I started seeing things differently. I started being just a more joyful person, a happier person. I started smiling more. I was like, what is happening? Then I realized that my chakras are finally aligning to where things didn't bother me like they used to. And now I'm at a point where I drive every day, right? Driving is the most annoying thing ever because drivers are terrible and we all know this and blah, blah, blah. I used to have so much road rage. Now I have I have 0 bits of road rage when I'm on the road, which is crazy. It doesn't mean I don't drive like a race car driver. That just means when someone cuts me off, I don't curse them out or yell at them or secretly judge them in my head for doing that. I let it be. I'm okay. And I keep going. I basically don't acknowledge it. It's like it passes right through me. Cleansing your chakras and aligning them, it does something to you.
Do you think that anger could be rooted in the idea that your chakras aren't open and flowing and this energy gets caught and now it builds in that spot and we feel it as anger?
It's probably in the root. Like it builds right there in the root.
You're
chakra.
letting it flow properly.
Yeah.
And so you're not feeling the buildup.
I mean, we talked about this recently where I don't have anger anymore. That does like anger does not exist. It is not an emotion in my life.
Because it's anymore. Like it's too much energy builds up. Things become chaotic.
That's fair. Yeah, it's actually a really good concept. And
so if the energy, you talk about cleansing the chakra to let the energy flow smoother, instead it will get caught. You know, it's like, have you ever wanted to cry and you feel that build up right there?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're like,
it hurts.
Yeah, like, what is this fucking, I don't want it. Go away. You know, like, that's like a chakra holding energy down, keeping it from rising any further. And you're like, no, bitch, get the fuck down there.
Yep. Avatar actually explains the cleansing of the chakras really well. So one of the gurus that he's being taught by, he tells him, or he's showing him a little river, right? And there's different points in that river that are blocked up by sea moss or anything, little green things. And he says, too much buildup, you have something or another. Once you cleanse the path, it flows perfectly.
You're gonna have weird, chaotic stream flows that'll have to divert.
Yeah.
And it's not a smooth energy flow anymore. It's a chaotic version that hits something, sprats out, and starts all this chaotic. It goes there. It's all these streams.
Right.
You relieve that. You have one coherent stream forward. And it's like, man, that motherfucker, that show, dude, that's not a kid show.
If you rewatch that show after you start meditating, well, for one, I highly recommend watching it in the first place, but also watch it as if it's real, because everything I've seen in that show is 100% real. Like to the fire bending, water bending, all of it. Like now that I know what I know, yes, 100%, you could actually learn something from this little animated show. Avatar, The Last Airbender.
That's like my favorite show ever.
It's so good.
I named my dog after it.
I discovered it in 2007 and it blew my mind.
Later.
I was like,
in college.
Oh my fuck, what am I watching? I knew nothing about meditating or anything back then. I just thought it was a great show.
Me too.
Now that I watch it, I'm like,
I thought it had no relevance to anything I was ever doing.
No, it was just really cool.
Just like, man, this is cool. That dude's powerful. This is awesome.
There is so much truth in that show.
I'm telling you right now, number one, we have to have Avatar: The Last Airbender playing in the Alignment Center everywhere all the time. And then number two, I want to have a mimicked real version of the Northern Air Temple.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
I don't know how we're
what?
I don't know how we're pulling this off yet, but up in the mountains, above the clouds, we gotta have this shit.
That'd be so cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how this happens yet, but we're fucking figuring it out.
Absolutely.
Look, if we can build pyramids and free energy, then motherfucker, we can do that, right?
Absolutely.
If they did the shit they did in the ancient times, well then damn it, we can do it too.
I'm almost seeing it now.
We'll figure it out.
And actually, when you think about it, the Greek
Canyon.
gods did have an island in the sky or something, didn't they? I bet they knew how to make things float.
If I have the math that I think I do for anti-gravity, then there's no reason why you couldn't create an anti-gravity device to float anything.
Anything you want.
Including
at
cities.
Different altitudes?
Altitude.
Did you say seas?
I'm a city.
Oh, I thought you said seas. I was like, how are we going to float a sea?
A ball of water just floating.
I mean, yeah, actually, that's a waterbender.
That would be a water. I don't see why you couldn't do that.
Dude,
there's no reason I couldn't do that.
After the things that you have discovered, that I've discovered, like, yes, you can do these things.
You can do them.
You just have to have a lot of practice. Not everyone can just do it. Remember, Jedi training is from birth until, right?
Yeah.
Like, you don't just become a Jedi.
Lifestyle.
It is a lifestyle. And the reason we don't do it is because we're not taught, we don't practice this stuff. But I swear, if you do this, if you practice it, it will take time, but you will be able to unlock all of your superpowers. You already have innate superpowers within you. They already exist. You just have to unlock more of them.
Yeah, the day that you levitate is the day you levitating is like me showing free energy.
Yeah,
It's like that proof to people that like, whoa.
Whoa.
We have been lied to. Shit. That dude's got free energy and that guy's floating.
I'm telling you, it's going to happen. It is going to happen.
That would be wild.
Yes.
It's weird to me that like I now know that it is possible to. And it's almost actually, there's two ways to do it, I'm understanding. And one of the ways seems a little bit better in more like astral projecting.
Okay.
Where when you astral project, you take some of the water in your body and you realign it with that kind of alignment of energy and lattice, and that way it can move out. And it can leave. It's like an imprint of your actual body leaving, and it's like a water form of it.
Interesting.
And if you were to be able to align it just right to offset Earth's alignment, you lift.
I don't understand that at all.
Versus what you're thinking of, which is I create a magnetic field around my body that offsets Earth's gravitational, which is the same concept that you're going to kind of offset Earth's gravity. But this one is like Earth has a spiraling alignment to it, and you can take your water molecules that are aligned with it, and you can just, and then you would just kind of float up at that point. And now you got to control it, because now you could like do whatever you could move. Yeah, you could keep going higher at that point.
Yeah.
That actually seems like it would be easier to control, like drastic flight. Ooh. The magnetic field may be way harder because you got to make it bigger and stronger as you're going up. But the alignment, you just keep aligning a little bit further. Just do more of what you're already doing. Well, I'm aligning like this, just align more like that, and you can go up higher.
I mean, after you start levitating, what comes next?
Flight.
Exactly. Yeah. Straight up flying. Yeah. Which is, again, 100% possible. No, I'm not kidding. This is not fiction. Wait, is it fiction or nonfiction?
Nonfiction.
What's real?
Nonfiction is real and fiction is not real.
This is not fiction. This is not a fairy tale. We live in the most fairy tale world, but it's actually real.
Yes.
And you just got to start wrapping your head around the idea that this world isn't what they've told us it is. This idea of what we live in and how we do things and how powerful we actually are, it's absurd.
It really is.
And it's time to take our power back. They've held on to it for so long. It is time to take it back. Come on, let's go.
You know how many people you're going to have to sit and train?
God, it's a Jedi temple.
I can tell people about all this shit all day, but they're going to have to be the masters in place, leading the way by example.
Yes, this is true. It's going to be a big jumbotron. Hello, everyone. I am Jeremiah. I will teach you the ways of the Force today.
Oh my God, dude, are we doing like the mega church idea? Except for like mega meditation, where you're just like on a fucking screen and like everybody in the world's like watching you at their fucking centers.
Move your hands this way and say
Dude, no. We will have a fucking master assigned to every fucking location, or we don't have the location.
Yes, absolutely. There has to be a master involved.
If they haven't been specifically trained and they fucking are there for that, then we don't have the center.
And they are already spread across the planet. They're already here. They're already in the works. They will find us.
They just have to come together.
Yeah, we'll all be aligned.
Shit.
No, absolutely not.
That
was total joke.
You see us flying around in a fucking jet plane? There's something wrong, guys.
Yeah.
There's something fucking wrong. You start questioning us real fast.
And we are not us anymore.
Yeah, really. Unless it's like
you, if you see any kind of like rich people shit from us, that's not us.
I can't conceive of a reason why we would have a fucking jet plane.
No.
Unless it's not ours and we're riding in it. And even then, it better be in the next fucking year. Otherwise, we're getting away from planes anyways. Right. So, like, fuck that.
Right.
There's something wrong with the picture, guys.
So, I know we're going to travel the world, definitely the country, and airplanes will be involved. So, if we're traveling in airplanes, I'm just saying.
A fucking jet.
But, like, yeah, if we're over here spending our money on these things, no, that's...
No, dude. No, there's something wrong with that. First of all, where the fuck did we get $100 million from? And secondly, why are we blowing it on that bullshit?
Yeah, fuck no. We have so much more to do.
$100 million? I could build out a fucking dozen energy fucking islands in a heartbeat.
I would rather meditate the rest of my life than do that shit.
Yeah, I agree. So like, hey, you ever see that shit? Just know that shit ain't us. Or there's something fucked up. Y'all need to like walk away.
Or come figure out what's up.
Yeah,
or you little detectives out there. Figure it out. Let's go.
Yeah, y'all can like Reddit or FBI us or whatever.
Yeah. You'll see a difference if something happens. You'll be able to notice a difference in our energy for one, and the way we act for another, and probably the hair color.
Yeah,
clone people usually go white blonde.
Oh, interesting.
Just saying.
And now I want to go white blonde.
It's like
just to fuck with people. It's like
both of us at the same time. Hello, welcome to Awakening 101. This is Jeremiah. With the little lizard tongues and eyeballs are like, Oh my God. Okay.
We're so fucked.
Seriously though.
We're so fucked. No, but that's for real though. Like I'm all about in the short term earning some profits to try to grow what we're trying to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fair. All within margin, all within reason. If we get too much, it starts just pouring in, we're funneling it back out in projects.
Yeah, we're going to be doing some crazy
Well, I
shit
mean,
with that stuff.
technically, every dime that comes in for this, I would like to go straight into the alignment center.
I mean, pretty much.
Right into free energy, alignment, all of what we're talking about, just funnel it right back in.
Well,
you know?
Into the
What,
idea
go
alone. Because
get a yacht, you know? Like,
right. No, any of these physical worldly objects that we want to buy and stuff, like, no. You know, I want to get a
Flight
I want to
so
get a
much
Mini
cooler.
Cooper, right? I want to get a
which is a modest
a
fucking
nice
car,
Mini
technically.
Cooper at some point, you know, 2015, 2016.
Until you can
something
fly,
like that.
right?
Right. But like, no, I'm not going to sit there and buy a Lamborghini. No.
I do want a John Cooper Works Mini.
That would be really nice, wouldn't it?
But that's really it. Like, and even then, like, I really don't want to drive a car anymore, so I prefer not to have that. Just give me some computers and like a laboratory and let me go build some free energy and cool shit. You know, like that's really all I want.
Where I was going with that, I was like, there was somewhere I was going with that. What I want to end up spending some of our Awakening 101 money on is
massages.
Well, yeah, probably. That would be great. Editors and a team to help us do these things. I do all of the editing and all of these things
he literally just does
that would be really nice to actually have other people helping us out with, because it takes up a lot of time. Like I have a full-time job just doing that on top of the other things that I need to make money from, because we don't make money from this. Like this isn't.
We need two teams. We need a production crew for your side of the house.
Right.
And we need a research and development crew on my side of the house.
Because that research and development crew is really important too.
Making sure that
because you're also doing a lot of things on your own. Like we have to know these things, and you're learning about alignment.
I got to stay up with the information so we know what we're talking about.
Right.
It's not bullshit. There's science behind it.
Yeah.
It's been researched. It's not just something I'm conceptualizing in my mind.
Yeah.
I'm actually taking the time to work it out. Anything we talk about, this is all shit I have spent time trying to understand. And like, it is hard lately because usually I could like do it for a couple hours and go back to work. Now it's like, dude, I'm just like every day, all day, I want to do it.
I mean, that's all I want to do.
That's all I want to do.
That's all I want to do. And if God,
it's becoming a struggle to like get my normal work done at times, because I'm like, man, I got this. Like I designed, it came to me randomly while I was working on something else. And I started and almost have completed a whole new engine design based on water and vortex. So it's just a water engine. It's just the water. That's all you need is water. And guess what? It can sustain itself.
That's so cool.
So like everything I'm coming to conclusions on this is like, it's a new type of engine, not the harmonic cavity that I've been working on. It's just based on water and a vortex, and that's it.
I mean, I can see why this is all you want to do.
But that's all I want to do is just this. I just want to design cool shit based on all the physics that I've fucking been given.
And it's funny because that's all I want to do too, is my side of the things. And like, I want to record more episodes. I just want to do this all the time. Yeah. And we're not able to do that, unfortunately. We're getting there. We're on the brink of escaping.
I want to put together a group. Like just a group of people who are out there listening who want to be part of coming together.
Absolutely.
And just kind of have a group. I want the app to get out there. I want to have alignment center. I want to have a team for the production. And then I want to have a better stage. I would like to, set up. And then I would like to make sure we're progressing into providing more for, like, I want to be able to build different things that we can then provide to the people out there and sell to them that it's at a marginal cost that would be good for them.
I do want to bring up the fact of how many people reached out for alignment framework.
A ton.
And if you are interested and haven't reached out about it yet and want to read it, please reach out. Our email is theawakeningpodshow@gmail.com. I highly recommend reaching out to us. Send us an email. And if you want to be a part of our team, if you want to start helping us do things, because this isn't just going to be two of us. Like, we need so many people on board with this. And we already have so many people that help us and, just want to give us information about things. And we are so grateful for it. It has catapulted what we know and what we've discovered an insane amount.
I've had 12 people reach out in the last 5 days alone.
That's insane.
Tons of them giving me feedback.
Yes.
No one has. I've probably in total in the last 2 months since I came up with the whole thing, probably given it out to 30 people. Not one person has said it's wrong. Not one. Not one. Not one person has even come back to tell me why they think it might be wrong or problems with it.
That's because you tried to disprove it for so freaking long,
dude, I
Chaz.
tried so hard, and now I'm willing to give it out to people, and nobody's telling me I'm wrong.
The fact that, it's because they can't prove it wrong.
I don't know how I don't really know.
Think it's possible.
Not that part. Like, there are things that I've built out outside of the main structured paper.
Sure.
Speculative on some aspects of that. But the core alignment theory in math, you cannot refute now. And I feel like I would like to see it be done, because I've had a ton of fucking eyes on it, and everybody's like, holy shit, I don't even know physics, and that just makes sense.
Whoa, dude.
And that's special
awesome
to me.
Yeah.
Because I don't want it to be for the scientist. Anybody should be able to read this and just understand.
You don't need a degree for this shit. They've made it so where they can control the narrative in which the degree people only read off the books of what they've written and decided to be the truth.
Yeah. God,
you think about it, like you have to go 8 years to learn any of this stuff, when in actuality, you don't have to have a degree to know what's up.
You don't. You really don't. And that's why I want to structure everything that way. And if you do want to join this group of research in kind of, I don't know, I guess it's like research and development, you get access to all the shit. Like alignment in that paper, these 2 papers I've been sending to everybody is like the structural alignment theory of like what it, just like a read, like almost like a poem, a long poem, or like, you know, right. But like it's really just explaining out in layman's terms what I see and what the whole thing is supposed to be. And then there's a math portion where it literally just gets into the physics and the math side of things and how you would think about doing the math and how you get to all of this. And those 2 papers to me are like one of 50 different documents now that have been put together based on alignment that I would want people to help work out. So like if you're into realm shifting and navigation, which I call phase shifting and phase navigation, let's get you in those documents. Let's get you reading on this stuff. Let's see where you think it stands and what we can do better. You know, it's like we need the people who have passion towards things to come in and do the passion they love. If you love energy, do energy. If you love medicine, do medicine. It doesn't really matter in the end. Just find the love, come in, help build it out, and let's see where we can go with this. So reach out. I'll give you whatever the fuck you want, and whatever your involvement is, you get to decide that, not me.
Yes, we are building the future. We have the power to take our future into our own hands, and this is the beginning. It's already been started over a couple of decades, but now is the time to strike. Things are happening. Things are brewing. We all see it. It's all over the world. This is the time to join forces and do what needs to be done.
It is. I mean, what I've been given shows me the future.
Yeah. And it's beautiful. It is an Oasis style of future.
It is very utopic. It really can. It can be. And I don't say that in like some kind of fantasy land. I mean, like the science led me to this idea that like, oh shit, everything would have to be structured in a utopic way for it to work actually.
Yeah, literally.
So it's either like we come back to where we are right now as slaves or we get to that fucking utopic point. It's up to us.
It's a crossroad and it's time to cross that road to the utopia.
You really kind of can't have free energy without it.
No.
So you either have free energy and you have the utopia coming or you don't.
Right. That's because people that want power can't have that. You have like to have power, you're not able to have this
control of energy.
Yeah.
And then when you control energy, you control the mind.
That really is what control energy.
Because energy is everything.
Yeah.
Every goddamn thing is energy. Our consciousness is energy. So if you control energy, you're controlling our minds. You're controlling coherence of the collective.
Yep.
This is a war of coherence.
They have been controlling us for a very long time, subtly, kind of, but very heavily controlling us.
It's subtle, but that's why it's subtle, is so that you don't notice it.
It's in plain sight, technically.
Yeah,
but
it is.
Very hidden at the same time because we're born into it. You know, we don't know any different until you do.
The moment you say anything out against it, everybody calls you crazy and sends you into a fucking psych ward anyways.
Crackpot.
Yeah, crackpot.
Done.
Harry Potter.
Yep. And you're fucked. We've seen it throughout the history, throughout decades, especially in the older times, 70s, 80s and stuff. These people get sent to psych wards and never to be released.
Or they get hung up.
Or pushed out a window.
Or pushed out of a window, shot, and hung all at the same time, and then hit by a car.
All at the same time.
You know, like once they land on the ground and die, they get hit.
Whoops.
You know? Oh man, this that body sitting there, crazy.
Literally though.
Or you're like a witch back in Salem times, and it's like, put her in the water and see if she fucking drowns.
Just hold her there. Don't let her come up. Nope.
She's not moving anymore. Now bring her up.
No,
she's dead.
Yep.
Witch.
Yep. They've hidden it very, very well.
They have. They truly have. You know, we're very powerful, and they don't want us to know that.
Nope. They don't want us to know at all. Chaz, what about meditation should we talk about? What else do we need to discuss?
The last thing I would say is I understand if you don't know anything, you can reach out to us, and I'll try to give you some information on what I have to maybe help guide you. I'm not saying it's perfect, but like my big thing is if you really are interested, just jump in and start doing it every day. Yeah. You have to just discipline yourself.
I would say a good starting point is going on YouTube and searching guided meditation for beginners or meditation for beginners. There's something called affirmations that I started with after my rewiring of the brain. I went down the road of doing 10-minute affirmations, 15-minute affirmations every morning. When I would wake up, I would sit on the floor up against my bed and repeat this video that would say really good things, positive things about you, especially if you're negative in the head towards yourself. Affirmations is a great place to start. Before even diving into meditation, just learn how to love yourself a little bit more and stop the negative talk. And going in, doing some beginner affirmations for 10, 15 minutes every day, it's really about the discipline. A lot of it stems down to discipline and just doing the work, because this is not going to come easy. None of this is easy. None of it.
You have any final tips? I know discipline is not really a tip, though. You have a tip on what you have maybe encountered that you may want to just throw out there?
I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah.
Like The things that you have
That's the truth, dude.
The things you discover about yourself, especially, is really difficult to actually
That's some fucking truth, man.
Look at it from a third perspective, a third point of view, I guess, where you're, especially when you go in and you start digging into all these traumas and childhood issues that have been there forever. Just know that you will get over those issues and that hard part of this. I don't know.
If you want to. It's up to you. It's the discipline part.
But it is very possible. And trust me,
sure
the other side is actually greener. The grass is definitely greener on this other side. I swear, if you can just put in the time, put in the work, getting over that hump is well worth it. I'm telling you.
And the hardest part to me is getting started, 0 to 1.
It really is. The first time, the second time, and then the third time. Like those are, you just got to do it basically because you have no idea what you're doing. It's very confusing. You are constantly thinking, your brain's going nonstop, right? And the point is to be still, be silent, and blah, blah, blah. Just continue to do it. Trust me, I had a very active brain before I started doing this, and all I could do was think about everything. The idea is to not suppress the thought. It's to let it pass through you. Don't latch on to the thought, oh, what am I going to do for dinner later? Maybe I could do some roast beef and this and that. No, what am I going to do for dinner later? Oh, let that pass. It's gone. Done. I had the thought, and now it's passed through me.
Yeah.
It's not about not thinking. Eventually, you'll get to that point, but just understand that you can let it pass through you versus holding on to it.
It's actually true. And like when you start, you're going to run into it a lot where your mind's just going to like constantly come and tell you and like think of this and that.
Does.
Just let it happen.
Yeah.
You know, like again, it's like part of failure. And just enjoy the process of failing because you'll get to the other side.
I always like to come back to my breath when I have a thought that I feel like I'm latching onto, or come back to the breath anytime.
Focus back on your breathing.
Yeah. So you say, oh, what am I going to have for dinner?
Breathe. Okay. Yep.
You can even count the breath if you want. If you're counting your breaths and then a thought comes in, you're at what, 10 breaths, 20 breaths, whatever it is. 1.
It's like doing sit-ups,
Then, you just start from the beginning
and just go.
And then go back up. It will train you to not have those intrusive thoughts. Eventually, you will only hear what you need to hear. And at that point, you are now connecting with things that are no longer your thoughts.
Shower thought.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
If you are trying to achieve 360 in, 360 out, and you're trying to pull, should we do some like EDM music? And it's like, dum, 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 you know, like, and maybe even do some like dubstep shit, you know? You know, like, sorry.
Wow.
That's my brain.
That would be quite
in the moment I was
hilarious.
listening, I was like, dude, we should turn some music on and fucking go. And you're just like,
oh, that is too good. If you enjoy this kind of content, please follow along, subscribe, like our podcast, do whatever it is that you can do to help us out. We love doing this and we'll continue to do this. It's awesome. Please join the party, join the group. This is literally the future. Things are happening. Be a part of it. We're asking you to come and be a part. The Awakening Pod Show at gmail.com. I'm Jeremiah. And this guy?
I guess I'm Chaz.
This guy guesses he's Chaz. So I suppose we're going to call him Chaz.
Just wait for my white hair.
Yeah, the super blonde hair and the little lizard tongues and the eyeballs that are going crazy. It's going to be great. It's going to be great, dude. As we're over here, like licking the flies in the air. Like, what?
No, huh? I'm human. Nope, totally human.
I swears I am.
I swear it.
Start speaking another little.